Right, you're very welcome to the Johnstown estate here in Enfield in County Meath. We're looking ahead to the Irish Camp Euro 2021 qualifier Group I this coming Thursday against Greece at Tallaght Stadium. Almost a sellout, so you can still get some tickets on fai.ie/tickets. And I'm joined by Áine O'Gorman, who probably didn't expect to be here, possibly speaking as recently as last month. You've come out of international retirement. Where did this decision come out of? And I guess I'm sure you're happy and delighted to be here as well.
Yeah, I think so. I am really happy to be here. I think I've just slotted back in. It's like I never left, really, to be honest, and really looking forward to the games. Yeah, I think it just came about like a couple of weeks ago, and Vera gave me a call. Obviously, there's a few injuries in the squad or whatever, and obviously I was delighted to be called back into the new setup as well. And I think I'd regret it if I didn't take up the opportunity.
There's obviously a bit of injury crisis is a bit of a strong word to use it in defence. We're more commonly seeing you closer to the opposition goal, but is it fair to say that you're kind of going to be utilised in a more defensive role this time around? Yeah,
I think so, and I think in the international setup it's not a position that I'm not familiar with. I've played there before in the past, both right and left foot full back position. So, commonly from my club and in my international career, I would have fancied myself up front or on the wing as well. But look, I'm just happy to be here and help the team out in whatever way I can.
And was this something Vera Pauw approached you about, or was it kind of the communication lines were always kept open, or who approached who, I guess?
Yeah, I think the communication lines were always kept open. I've had a discussion with Vera in the past as well. Look, this opportunity came. She just gave me a shout, and I was there to take the opportunity.
I'm sure you've been keeping track of a lot of the recent results in Group I. It's quite a tight group. Obviously, 2 wins and a draw. Perhaps the draw against Greece was a little bit disappointing given it was such a late equaliser, but it's probably fair to say this game on Thursday night against Greece and next Wednesday against Montenegro away, 6 points from 6 is a must.
Yeah, I think so. I think that has to be the goal, 6 from 6, if you want to maintain that second position in the group and look forward to qualification. I think it was just the nature in the way the girls can see the goal late in the game, but look, we'll be looking to put that right in Tallaght on Thursday.
You've got some Peamount United colleagues with you as well, Claire Walsh, I know, Neil Farrelly and a few others as well. Stephanie Roach not on the panel this time, but of course she's back with Peamount now as well. That must make it quite easy to slot in. Obviously you're one of the more experienced players, but it must be nice to have a few of the Peamount girls in the team as well.
Yeah, I think it's great, and obviously it's great for the Women's National League as well that there's representation from the league and obviously Peamount the club as well. And look, we've got a great squad now moving into the season, and with European football coming up as well. So yeah, no, it's brilliant. And look, I would have been still in touch with a lot of the girls and still quite close to the girls from previous squads.
What impact has Vera had so far? Obviously she came in, I think it was last September. So around 6 months in the job now, so enough time to probably put a label on how she's doing so far, but no complaints from the players, I guess?
No, I don't think so. I think Vera's very approachable. She's very clear in her philosophy and the way we're going to play, and it is quite an attacking kind of style of football, and put pressure on teams if and when needs be as well. So it's quite a nice, relaxed environment, very professional as well, and it's clear in the philosophy. So I think everyone seems really happy around camp.
A lot more competition for places, it seems, this time around compared to even 3-4 years ago. Especially up front, I know Rihanna Jarrett has blossomed really in recent games, and she's got competition now as well. That's obviously something that adds a bit of spice to training sessions, I'm sure, but also a bit of competition and interest in the matches, and there's no guarantees of anyone getting into that starting 11.
Yeah, which is great. I think it makes training more intense and just ups the quality, gets the best out of every individual as well. So it's really healthy to have that good competition. And look, there's a lot of places up for grabs, and I think the attacking lineup is really, really good.
You scored a hat-trick yourself against Montenegro, I think it was 4 years ago at this stage, 2016. They're the opposition next week, of course. It's a long way to go for a match, but what are your memories of that game? I think it was a 9-0 win, you scoring 3 of them, so that's obviously a pretty happy memory from your international career.
Yeah, I think so. It was one of them really good nights in international football, and Stephanie Roach scored a hat-trick that day as well. And I think that game was the last game of a campaign, and we were already knocked out, and I think we just went out and played with a freedom and expressed ourselves, and it was a really, really enjoyable night. And I remember just my family being there, and it just being a great occasion.
Qualification for the Euros then, obviously they're in England next summer. Ireland yet to qualify for a major tournament. There would have been girls watching teammates. I know Katie and Louise with Arsenal, watching Arsenal teammates play in the World Cup last summer, which would have been lovely for them to see, but also tough knowing they weren't there. How important is it that the Republic of Ireland women's team get to a major tournament this time?
Yeah, I think it's massive, and I think it's a must that we qualify and make that breakthrough into qualifying for the major tournament. And I think it's probably a dream we all have when we put on the Ireland jersey, and that's where you want to be and that's where you want to go, especially when you like the likes of Louise and Katie and they see their teammates doing it. I think the time is here for us now.
And finally, Áine, the bums on seats is an important one. I know the ticket sales, I think, for the Ukraine game, towards the end of last year, breaking records by all accounts in Tallaght Stadium for Women's International. The hope will be that this Thursday night will be another cracking atmosphere and more bums on seats yet again. But how important is that there's more of a crowd and even young girls and young fans getting involved and watching this team?
Yeah, I think it's massive, and I think it's something that the young kids that are coming through need something to aspire to. And I think obviously there was great promotion around the last game, and I think it's even elevated again for this game. So look, we're looking for another record breaking sellout in Tallaght Stadium, and just for the crowd to get behind us on the pitch. And yeah, just really looking forward to the occasion. And I think it helps obviously the likes of RTE showing the game live on TV, that it can be seen throughout the country.